For me, he's a very special composer in the sense that in his truly romantic art, he opened some new tendencies, and some details of his mastership evaluated in later techniques, art techniques as symbolism, and he developed piano sound so much, and he was so great with acoustics of the and orchestra and piano, and even in some pieces that are played tonight, there are some parts, some beats that remind sonoric techniques of the 20th century. Or while we play, you find some new ideas, and you want to record the music you love. So it depends how it goes, you know. There was a lot of music, but maybe one day, I hope so, I will, because I think I have something to say mine in Liszt also. At the moment when I was pushed to study law, I was not very successful with music, and that was the case, and I had to right to study in university at that time. So actually, it was decision also of family, because we were in sometimes in some legal troubles, not with the criminal law, but still, and. It was idea just to know your own rights. But then I discovered actually a very interesting side of the law science, which is very interesting, especially its system, its logical structure, especially of Roman law or Roman-based civil law. I just love this structure, but and some kind of play you have with law schemes, but this is all logical, and what I love with music is irrational, and it's gonna open something hidden in you. I think everybody can do just as much as he can afford. Because life is so vast and interesting. For example, I played many instruments. Unfortunately, I don't play them now because I just don't have the time to practice. But still, for example, experience with tenor saxophone, with the violin, with the balalaika, with bayan, with even vocal when I was young, when I was a kid, and actors experience also. So that all helps really, and it just makes you more bright and more broad. The thing is, maybe it's difficult to speak about Russian tradition in the sense of sound or technique, because there are many different schools within Russia, so they are very different. So it's really difficult to speak even about Moscow school, because there are so many different way of playing. But once I asked one of my first teachers about this question that I am asked by many journalists about this Russian school, and she said, I think, very interesting thought, that really in Russian traditional musical education, I hope it will not be killed by there are some new reforms in Russia, who knows, but still this Russian musical education is based on very large on the method of large associations within the music. From the very early age, in Russia they teach to express with the music something, to find many associations, to be always imaginative, and to speak with the music. And she worked also in the West, and I was in the West also, and of course in the West also in the higher institutes they speak about everything, about imagination, about images, about philosophical content. But in Russia it's just all the time. And maybe I'm not right. In the West, they begin with more, they give in technical skills and then they add the content. And in Russia, they try to do both at the same time from the very early age, and then it's maybe more expressive. I don't know, just to give some image, to give some energy. When a really good performance, you don't really analyze and understand what the sound is. You begin to think about some images that are going into your head, and so that's what I try to do. Also, of course, I'm trying to do what as I understand composer wanted, which sound composer wanted here. So, favorite. This is really a tricky question. There are some. I like the most. I like many halls, but my favorite ones are those where during many decades, many years, great artists played. It's really something special there. For example, great new halls. They are not so special. Some recent halls, but really old halls where a lot of people played. One can really feel something there, and it's really free to create there. For example, I love the Théâtre du Champs-Élysées. I really feel some special thing there. I don't know. Our Great Hall of Moscow Conservatoire is also very good in that sense. And maybe I would say about small hall of St. Petersburg Philharmonic. Now it's called like this, but before it was a house of one prominent person, and he built the hall, incredibly beautiful, with incredible acoustics. But there actually even Liszt played, so it's one of the oldest in Russia, and it was never really rebuilt, so it is quite the same as it was at the time of Liszt. So maybe it's that kind of halls. But also I like ancient theaters, actually. For example, I really loved to be in the Grand Théâtre de Bordeaux, and one of my golden dreams is to play in La Scala. I think it's really special place to play, in sense of energetics. Not because it's La Scala, it's just not because of the prestige, but because of the place. I think one shouldn't think about it. If you begin to think about it, you will be like that little insect with very many legs. It thinks what the leg is next, and it just stops. So I think it's better not to think about it. It's just to play for the people in the hall first of all. And sometimes I say to me, okay, if they want to record this, okay, that's their problems. It is a honor to participate after Knyazov. He's just one of my favorite musicians alive. Who play now. It's fantastic. So it's really honor, and thank you very much for such honor.